Did he say he'd come to call on me? For things are getting desperate in our home, living in the parish of the restless folks I know. It's time we
That was Phil Collins doing Bernie Taupin and Elton John's Burn Down the Mission. After we finished the But Serious album and we started the tour, they pitched this project where all these different artists, a ton of different artists, paid tribute to, it's called Two Rooms, and it's the music of Elton John and Bernie Taupin. And Phil picked Burn Down the Mission as the song he wanted to do on it. And he put down a click track and he played the piano on that. I mean, Phil can play piano. And he laid down the piano part to it as a guide for us. And then we went in and he sat down at the drums and Daryl Sturmer on guitar and myself on bass, and we cut the track. And then sweetening went on and all that in the back, the background vocals and all that stuff. But we cut it at the Genesis Farm in Surrey in England. And it's like the most idyllic setting. That's where we did the But Serious album, and they did Genesis out there. You'd be sitting with a picture window and there'd be deer looking in at you and stuff. It was really a cool space, and it was really fun to actually do an ensemble recording with Phil and Daryl and myself, because a lot of the stuff we did was just one of us at a time, just focusing on parts and stuff, and it was usually me at the very beginning, so I didn't have that much to work with on some of my things. I was making up as I go along and just talking with Phil, trying to get guidance of what he was looking for and what he would like. But so that was really a fun song to play. I really enjoyed it, and there's a certain homage to Dee Murray built into that, because Dee was Elton's bass player in all the early stuff, and he was one of my absolute favorite bass players in the world. Dee's footprint on the bass community is really massive, and people don't, when guys pass away, especially young like he did, they sort of, get out of everybody's radar after a while. And you kind of sit there and you go, oh no, man, what this guy did is like ridiculously great. And so any chance I can to kind of lift a couple of Dee Murray moves and stuff, I'm happy to do it, because that's a great well to drink from. And let's see what's happening here. I had a great time yesterday with Ove and all the people on the bass Zoom that was taking place from this function in Germany. And I saw a bunch of people on it that I remembered from the base camp at Warwick. So that was really cool. And Guy Pratt and I got to yak away at each other and talk and answer questions and stuff. I love Guy. He's just, a funny cat and a great bass player, and just a really unique individual. So we had a great time with that. And then this morning I logged back in and they were doing a similar thing, but with Rudy Sarzo. And Rudy's a dear friend, so it was great. I talked for a little while with him on this thing, and then I got off because it was really his time. I just sort of was an interloper that kind of snuck in the back door. So finished that. I'm going to work today on, we have a Zoom band meeting with the immediate family at 2:30, and it is now 12:36. In a couple hours I've got to do that, but then I'm going to spend the rest of the day doing a little yard work and going through pictures in the book. We're doing all the last fine tweaking, so I'm going to go through all these hundreds of pages that are in this book and just make sure everything is exactly where I want it and all that. We have this week to dial it all in and finish everything, and then it goes off to the printers. So, and then I've got to spend the week figuring out, picking some brains and doing some YouTube stuff and figuring out how Kickstarter works and get that going. And that way the people who want to donate to Kickstarter will get the first run of books, and there will be a possibility of getting autographed, personalized books and all that stuff. I'm aware of what the possibilities are. I just have to dig deep into it and get going at it. And that's about it, just, as I've said before, this is like Groundhog Day. You just sort of wake up in the morning and it's just the similarities to the day before. I'm trying to throw enough variety in to my days where it doesn't feel like I'm really, just a tunnel endlessly traveling through it. I'm throwing enough obstacles in the road to make me at least turn and get my hands on the wheel every once in a while. So I'm going to take care of that. I'm going to just tell everybody out there, be safe, take care of yourselves, your family, your friends. It's a tough road we're all traveling, and I know there's a lot of people out there that are really hurting right now, making decisions of how to get food, how to get shelter, seeing more and more people on the streets now that are starting to lose their homes. I mean, it's really beyond tragic what's taking place from this. And with really no clear end in sight, you've got to, just think about long term on this and do everything you can to try to be as smart as you can, so that the less people that are out doing stupid things, the better the chance of getting this under control. And they're putting a bunch of lockdowns in LA with these people that were having massive COVID parties, inviting hundreds of people to these mansions in Beverly Hills, and nobody was protected, nobody's doing it. And then all of a sudden the numbers are spiking, from those things. So I say it every day, and it just, some of it people heed, and some of it just think, oh, that's BS, forget. But, I've talked to doctors and I've had friends die, so I don't think it's BS. This is a reality, and I thank all of the people, the doctors and the nurses and the healthcare workers and the grocers and everybody, the mailman, everybody who's out trying to keep this machine oiled and putting their lives at the front of the line, for danger, to make sure that we're all okay. So take good care of yourselves. That's all I want to just say, is just take care of yourselves. This has become a very important community to me, and I would hate to think of anybody losing anybody within the confines of this. It's really would be sad. So take care, and I will see you tomorrow. I'm going to just get on with what I got to do today, and you do the same, and we'll see you tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye.